So what's going on, guys? It's Zenkai Gaming back again with another video, and this time I've got another crazy build to share with you guys. We're going to be looking at Demon's Souls remake on the PS5, but will also work for the original Demon's Souls. This is going to be a faith-focused build, starting with the Temple Knight class. I like to call this one the Faith Hero. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Please leave a like. Let's get this video out there to folks, and I'll get right to it. So this is going to be more of a late game build that leads to some crazy scaling. I'm going to talk about the final end game equipment and explain what this build requires. In my right hand, I carry the Istarel and Meat Cleaver. Then I'll whip out the large Sword of Moonlight in boss fights, or stick with the Meat Cleaver depending on the boss. Most folks like to go with the Blessed Murden Hammer or Blessed Great Axe in slot 1. Then they'll take the Blessed Great Sword in slot 2. Not bad, but no. You're already getting plenty of HP regen with the Regenerator's Ring and the Adjudicator's Shield +5. The final weapons that are to be carried are the weapons with S tier scaling, because S scaling is the best in the game and will eventually beat out those weapons. The Istarel and the large Sword of Moonlight have S scaling in Faith. Both of these weapons are of the only few remaining relics of God, making them brilliant in a Faith build. Now everybody knows about the Meat Cleaver, easily one of the most overpowered weapons in the game, and even though this is not a strength focused build, the A scaling in Faith is still going to make this a top weapon to take in a Faith build, and it also heals HP per hit, making this an excellent replacement for the Blessed Great Sword. In my left hand, I carry the Adjudicator's Shield and the Cracked Talisman of Beasts. I'll talk about the Cracked Talisman a bit later. The armor I like to run is the Gloom Helm, Ancient King's Breastplate, Imperial Spy Gloves, and Ancient King's Greaves. For the rings, I run Regenerator's Ring and Eternal Warrior's Ring. Then in my back pocket for situational use, I'll carry the Ally's Ring, Bow's Ring, Fragrant Ring, Ring of Avarice, Cling Ring, and a few Resistance Rings. Next, let's look at the stats. For this build, I recommend finishing new game difficulty at level 95. This is a pretty high level. The reason being is because, like I said, this is going to be a late game build. Now, most builds you see will cap out at level 125 in New Game Plus, because that's when the soft caps get hit, and some even earlier. This build will cap out a bit later than that and cap out at about level 135. This is when I hit that 50 soft cap in Faith. This is the level I recommend finishing New Game Plus with to make that third round even easier. The magic I learn is Second Chance and Cursed Weapon. Focus on getting these first, then in New Game Plus, when I hit that 36 Faith, I go ahead and learn God's Wrath from Saint Urbane in exchange for the Dragon Demon's Soul. Now, getting back to the Cracked Talisman, it's going to work perfectly for Second Chance and even more perfectly for Cursed Weapon. However, whenever you want to use God's Wrath, you will have to switch the Talisman of Beasts and use the Talisman of God. If you try to use God's Wrath with Cracked Talisman, you will barely do any damage. So that's going to be all for this video. Go try this build out and let me know what you think about it in the comments. This is one of the more fun builds I like to play with. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. You know what we say. Play and train. Game insane. I'm out, guys. Take care.